Welcome to the Big Reference video podcast of what is happening on the net. Yesterday, Apple released the version 4 of their Safari web browser. It's a beta, but it's a very usable product, and I just want to go through some of the things that we'll find in Safari version 4. If we go to the Apple homepage, we'll see that it's an item here on their homepage because it's just been released. We can click on that, and here's where we can download it. And if we click down here, we can see all the new features that are in Safari number 4, and we can see new, lots of new features. Now, most of these new things are things that are going on in the engine room, things that are technical to do with CSS, HTML, and so on. And we won't go into them now. If you're a bit of a geek, then you can go and have a look at all those lovely new things. But there's some things that have happened on the user interface that are immediately noticeable to the user. The first is that here up on the bookmark bar, there's now this little button which takes you to a thing called Top Sites. Now, Top Sites is a list of the sites that the Safari browser thinks you are interested in. And it looks at your history, looks at how often you visited things, and it builds up this list of places where you've been and places you might want to go to quickly. You can also edit this list, so if there is something you really like, you can stick a pin in it like that and it'll always be there, it won't change. You can delete it, make room for something else. You can also change here at the bottom how many icons you'd like to see and so on. So if you want to go somewhere, let's go to Twitter, you just click it and you're off there immediately at Twitter. Now, another thing that you'll see is that up here in the top right hand corner, there's a plus sign. Now, the way they handle tabs now in Safari 4 is completely different. You'll see that tabs are now done at the top here in the title bar. No longer are they at the bottom where they used to be, they're here at the top. And so if we go to open up a new tab, it gives us our top sites list, go to Wikipedia, that comes up. We can then click on add another tab, we can go to Google Maps, and so on and so on, and all the tabs here are now available up here at the top. Very different, very nice. Another thing similar to the top sites, using that or kind of the same idea, is that now your history and your bookmarks are available using the very famous Apple CoverFlow system. CoverFlow, of course, is what you find on the iPhone, on the iPod Touch. You also find it on OS X, and it's this way of showing all of the websites you've been to. Look at that, with little thumbnails showing you the pages you've been to one at a time for you can look at. And that's all true of everything you find in the left hand side here, of your history, of your bookmark toolbar, of whatever software you've got in there. Now, you'll notice that some of them are black, and that's because it'll actually build the picture when you go to visit that site. So if I just go to this site here now just to visit it, it's one of the Apple's download sites. If I now go back to my history, we'll see that there you go, it pops up with a picture of that site. So as you use Safari 4 more and more, all of those CoverFlow items will be populated and you'll be able to see it. Of course, the history is basically populated because you've just seen those pages recently, and there we can see them all being filled in, and you can just go to any page you want to go to, instantly it comes up, and that's really good. Now, I say this is a beta, it's available for the PC and for the Mac. Apple quality generally means that a beta is usable. It hasn't crashed or anything since I've been using it. It's not flaky software, it's not alpha software. It just basically means it's almost production ready. Apple are just going to be fine-tuning those last few things, and then it will be in its full 4.0 release. Well, I hope you've enjoyed it. Do come back to us at The Big Reference and find out what else is going on the net. Bye bye.